I've lived in London for a few years now, and I want to tell you about some spots that I think are pretty great in London, but it seems like tourists never really hear about in the typical travel guide. And by the way, if you're new here, I'm Jess and I make videos for people who are visiting London and they want to experience the city like a local. Leek Street Tunnel. So this tunnel used to, Leek Street Tunnel, which is, Leek Street Tunnel is below Leek Street Tunnel is below Waterloo Station, and it used to be where the taxi rank for the Eurostar was when it still went out of Waterloo, but that left a few years ago, and up until 2008, it was just a disused tunnel. But then the famous artist Banksy came in and revitalized it by doing an art festival there, and now it's a space where people can freely do art and street graffiti, all that kind of stuff, so it actually looks really cool. The area is run by the Vaults, and it's a company that puts on events and shows right in that area and also even in the tunnel, so you can see if there's anything happening when you come to London. The Bermondsey Beer Mile is located under the railway arches in Bermondsey, and it's where you'll find a long line of craft beer breweries and gin distilleries. The best time to go and visit is on a Saturday when most of the distilleries and breweries are open, and you can do a nice little beer hop or a gin hop around. Brixton Village and Market Row, which are both located just by Brixton Station, are great for if you want to try a bunch of different cuisines in a very small area. This area has a large Afro-Caribbean population, so you'll find lots of vendors here selling traditional food, but you'll also see places that have all types of cuisines, from Asian to Indian and even American. You'll also find a bunch of shops here, and they're selling anything from wigs and rugs to sustainably sourced clothing. Do a pub quiz. A very British thing to do on a weekday or on a Sunday night is to go to the pub and do a pub quiz. You probably won't find any at any of the major pubs in central London, so you might have to go out a little bit. You can ask at your hotel if they know any pubs nearby that are doing one, or you can just keep an eye out when you're exploring, as most pubs will put signs outside telling you on what day that they do the pub quiz. You probably won't get a lot of the British references in the quiz, but it's still fun to just participate and also have a few drinks while you're at it. Victoria Park. It has been named the best park in London a few times, but because it's all the way in East London, it typically is overshadowed by Hyde Park and Regent's Park in traditional tourist guides. There are lots of things that you can do around here. There's boating, there's a great cafe called the Pavilion Cafe, and there's also a fantastic Sunday market. And I have a whole guide to exploring Victoria Park, which you can watch by clicking the card that's popping up in the corner there. If you want some more off the beaten path things to do and see in London, I have a lot of videos that will help with that, but I think the one you should watch next is the areas that are really cool but you definitely have never heard of but need to check out. So you can watch that by clicking the box that's popping up right below me. I've lived in London for a few years now, so I'm some shopping there, and you'll, let me do it one more time. I think that a long line of